Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the best mods of the week in Baldur's Gate 3's Mod Manager. We got lots of great new mods here, as well as some updates to mods that I'm really excited to talk about. We got new classes, equipment, even new campaigns here with the Dinner with Strahd, a Curse of Strahd story mod here, which adds in an entirely new campaign with voice acting. There's also Astarion here, the Cosmic Knight new equipment set, as long as some other equipment mods. We also got Fade's randomized early equipment here, which gives you some loot at the start of the game. Shadowheart's Elfsong Stool, Arcane Vanguard feats beyond level 20, so you can take our ability scores plus 20. And we have a ton of different class mods here to cover. I gotta say, we got some really nice looking outfits here I just want to talk about quickly. So first up is this amazing outfit here with these awesome physics. This is the Nymphea Silvestra Feathery Ensemble here by Barry Semifreddo. What's cool is you can also equip these wings in the character creator. So you get the chest here like there are other mods, which includes the different options that you got. So some of the outfits are dyeable, camp versions. There's the OG original color, which you can use without having to dye it. There's also a bunch of wings in either the underwear slot or the head slot. And again, you can also select it in the character creator. So yeah, this outfit is really nice. I love how bright and vibrant it is. And again, it's got full dye support here, so if you want to color it, much like the other outfit mods that Barry Semifreddo has made, I'd highly recommend checking them out because they are all very nice. Now, next up is the Cosmic Knight progressive equipment set here by Skirby, and this is for body types too here. It also comes with a weapon, as you can see on the character's back, and it looks awesome. And this is a progressive set like their other mods, which means that it's going to give you more benefits as you continue to level up, and you can see some of them here, like the Celestial Flame on the sword here. One thing I love is Skirby's weapons, the VFX just looks super cool. So yeah, I'll just show what that looks like there. Amazing. Leaving Holy Fire on the ground. The gloves give you an extra bonus action. You get immunity to Holy Fire, so you don't end up burning yourself with the boots. You get increased to your initiative. And the sword has that full progressive equipment, which gives you different spells on odd levels. I also want to mention that the Queen's Garments mod here by Skirby also got an update here, which adds in some new outfits. I can't show a lot of them, but I can show you this one here, which is amazing. The Cheek outfit, which is based on the outfit you get in Expedition 33. And there's a few different body types that come with these if you prefer to have the different body type. But there are also some other ones that you may see in other YouTube videos and things like that. So I definitely recommend checking this out because there's got a lot of great outfits here. And I really like the tactical dress. It's one that I use often. But yeah, the cheek dress, that's the new one there. I'm a personal fan of. I think it's nice. As a fan of Expedition 33. So yeah, this is the Queen's Garment. It's a collab now with Eridea and Skirby, as there are some of their mods in here too. With the Duskraven also being included in the Ethereal Threads mod, which you may have on console if you're a console watcher, and also the the Secret Therapy outfit here. But next up, we had the Dinner with Strahd. Now, I'll have to be doing a full-on video for this because there's a lot that adds in, and I didn't have time to be able to go through and do a full good explanation of this, but it basically comes with a unique map with 600 fully voiced and animated lines of dialogue. Lots of loot. You can chance to punch Strahd von Zarovich in the face. Something secret for Strahd romancers. And a funny little disclaimer, because 3 different gaming journalist sites seem to think that you can straight up bone Strahd. It may be Wroot with AI, who knows. But yeah, I did see a lot of other places reporting on this with some information that I didn't think was fully accurate. But I will be doing a future video on this, showcasing it, because it's really cool. You started it in Rivington. There's a little section of the map right there. And here's all the credits to the people that worked on this. Again, I'll be doing a future video on it, because there's just so much in this. Happy to see some more campaign mods as well. And next up, we got the older Yassified female Astarion Femstarion here by Tombware. Astariana. Yeah, these shots are really nice. And you can also have Astarion look this way if you also use this mod here, the Appearance Edit Enhanced by Erlin. This is only available on Nexus mods, but lets you change any character's body type and race, as well as editing the origins in the mirror. This is one of the better ones if you're on PC, letting you do this if you want, or this. So lots of great options out there. Yeah, Yassified by Tombware. Next up is the Fade's Randomized Early Equipment. This is a really cool mod, and they're actually looking for some feedback, so I'd highly recommend if you end up checking this out too, let them know your thoughts, because it's a community-based project, and Fade is dedicated to making their mods even better based on player feedback. Basically, you find your confiscated belongings on the chest. There's a chance, there's going to be 2 to 3 randomized uncommon items. There's a 33% chance to roll 1 rare item, so it's just a little boost at the start of the game, nothing too intense. And yeah, you can find the location right here. It's on the Nautiloid. You can't miss it. So yeah, they do have images here. Now, next up is the Shadowheart's Elfsong Stool here by Juno is playing. I love this. I've used some other mods in the past that add little things like this, and I think they're really nice. There's a few other ones similar. But basically, it adds a stool, and then you sit on it. Shadowheart will talk to you. Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Thanks, Shadowheart. And the best part about this you can move it. So yeah, if you want to sit a little bit further away, or if it's in the spot where you normally stand for videos, you can then move it. And next up is really cool one, the Arcane Vanguard feat expansion by Sathos here. Now, this is really awesome because now all the base game classes have access to some of the features of the Arcane Vanguard. So you have things like the Magic Initiate here, which allows you to learn 2 different cantrips from the Arcane Vanguard selection and a spell from their selection. There's also the Fighting Initiate here, which gives you a choice of their fighting style, which lets you use intelligence modifier instead of dexterity for your armor class, similar to what you can pick if you're to play as a class. You can increase your movement speed by 4.5 meters. You can gain the Empowered Arcana. You can give yourself increased spell critical hit chance every time you do a melee attack, and then once you get the crit, it goes away. We got the Witchblade Rend, which lets you do an additional few points of damage based on intelligence modifier when damaging a creature with a spell or a cantrip. There's also the Echoing Malice here. When you damage a creature with a ranged weapon attack, the next time you deal damage with a spell or cantrip, it does 1d6 force damage to all targets nearby. There's also the spell Might Grasp. Whenever you hit a target with a spell or cantrip while wielding a melee weapon with both hands, you can they'll do a strength saving throw or get pulled 3 meters towards you. The Blade Dancer lets you do your offhand attack whenever you do like a dual wielding attack for free, and then it also does an additional 1d4 of slashing damage. It gives you the Blade Dance ready. And the Ethereal Edge, which I really like. When wielding a finesse weapon, your weapon attacks that are not from cantrips have a range of 4.5 meters. I love extra range. A lot of fun. And there's also the Talent Specialist, which lets you choose from the different Arcane Vanguard talents here. So you get like the Arcane Transposition, which lets you do a Charisma save with a target and force them to switch places with you. You can also do it on ally and not have them do the save. There's also the Arcanist Tether here, which allows you to restore health at the start of each turn if they're nearby the marked target that you hit with them. So basically you mark a target. If there's people in a 3 meter radius, they end up doing 1d6 healing. The Focus Shatter, I really like this one. So basically if you're concentrating on a spell and attack a target, you can break your concentration and do like damage, kind of like a smite. There's also Liberated Spellcast. When you kill a creature, you can use a reaction to cast a cantrip once per short rest. The Combat Acrobat here gives you advantage on dexterity, saving throws, and checks until the end of your next turn. And Momentum, which gives a 1.5 meter movement speed after using a spell and a weapon attack in succession before the end of your next turn. And the Force of Arcana. So this lowers all the range of your spells to 3 meters, but when you're near 2 or more enemies, you get a +1 to saving throws and +2 turns of wrath after casting a spell. And then there's also the Talon Paragon, but you need to have an intelligence score of above 20 to be able to select from those. So I guess 20 or above. But yeah, this lets you choose from the level 6 options, the higher version of these. Really cool stuff, especially if you like the Arcane Vanguard and want to spice up your base game classes. Now we're getting into some pretty cool stuff. We have the Beyond 20 Ability Score Improvement Tweak feed here by Yoon Moonsik. I also do want to quickly mention the D&D Player's Handbook All-in-One Beyond. I'll be doing some more videos regarding this because it just released on console and it makes some insanely large changes. But they released a mod this week which lets you take your ability score improvement past 20. They add some new ones which let you go past it. And I think it actually is nice. So you can select basically 2 passive there. It's going to add it beyond 20. Cool stuff. Definitely for those that like to do some crazy builds. And next up, we got the Dragon Ball Warrior. This is a mod made by Mr. TC89. This is another version of it that they've been working on for a while here. I've talked about it before. It is incredible. As a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z, it's awesome to see all these different choices for subclasses. Yeah, this is something I'll be doing a future video on just because it legitimately just adds so much to the game. You get Corrin's Delivery for a Z fighter. Each of these is going to give you like an archetype of a character, like a Saiyan Elite. You can imagine you're going to be something like Goku. Mutants gives you things like the Frost Demons like Frieza. The Time Lord, kind of like Hit and the other assassins in the game. The Android Alpha Cell, Perfect Cell, really cool stuff. And the Majin Master. So again, there is just so much to cover in a mod like this that I'll have to be doing a future video breaking this down just because, again, I could probably talk about this for an hour. It's amazing. Go download it if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z. You won't be disappointed. Next up, we got the Shadow Druid subclass by Ace. This class is in beta right now, so they are still working on it. I just didn't want to miss out on highlighting this one here. It did release last week, so actually on Saturday, the day that I did my last video. But you get the Armor of Shadows here, which gives you until long rest, increasing your armor class till 3. The Dark Tendrils here, which lets you do necrotic damage and grants temporary health points. There's also the Wild Shape Rat here, and you get Bone Chill. They have the full level progression laid out here. I will be covering this in the future. It does have some shadow passives here that you get to choose that do define the build. And once it's in fully working order, I will do a full video on it. And next up, we got the Affliction Warlock subclass by Junts here. One thing that I do want to quickly mention is that it will end up replacing the Hexblade, so just a heads up on that. I believe it has to do with the multi-class yes or no. It needs a couple lines when the mod's made. All right, now I'm really confused because it just disappeared for me. So what I'm thinking is happening is one of the mods that I have installed because I have another Warlock mod here. Now, one's only showing up for multi-classes, and one's, yeah. Okay, so I figured it out. You have to start as one class and then multi-class into the other to get this. It is a necrotic-based class here. It does get some more spells as you continue to level up. I'll have to probably wait until there's a future update to see if this ends up working properly, because I don't want to get too far into this, but it's a necrotic-based Warlock that comes with some interesting, unique spells here. But unfortunately, very busy week, so I didn't get enough time to go through and test everything fully. But I still want to highlight this because someone put a lot of time into making it, and it'll likely get a future update where that is corrected. Now, next up is a custom class, the Showblade here by mod user 2PKFK3. This one is interesting. It's like Performer. Makes me think of Trobio from the Hollow Knight Silksong game if you've played. You get True Strike here, but you get the class feature Stuns. So Stuns are practice maneuvers meant to be unveiled once per bout. Choose a movement carefully. Repetition dulls the crowd. Stunts that are also spells are called stun spells. You got a riposte ability here and Blindside, which gives, when you attack with advantage, you deal additional damage. You get to choose class equipment here, which comes with a different choice in masks. And it has 3 different subclasses here with the Fortunato, the Matador, and the Miragier. If I pronounce those correctly. This one's really cool. It's focused around using your stunts to disguise yourself. This will also give you a special attack when you're disguised. And then if you drop your mask there, your curtain drop, you regain an action point. So there's actually a really interesting flow in how this plays out. The Matador is meant to try and goad people into attacking you, like a bull runner, I guess. The stun training also makes it so you can't get slowed down or restrained by difficult terrain. You also get the Cape Lash here, which does thunder damage on the next turn. It'll also goad the target, and you get a stunned deep cut. I think there's a really interesting subclass here. And the Fortunato comes with some cool things. The Killing Joke. If a target misses you, can strike back and attack them kind of like a riposte. The Hair of the Dog, regaining a flourish once per combat if you drink alcohol. And the Belligerent Strike. When drunk, swing your weapon in a large arc to attack up to 3 enemies at once and lose your balance. You also get the Vicious Mockery Flourish, the Clown Around, dress yourself or someone else for the show, and then you also get the Stunt Dance Off. Interesting class. I will do a future video on this. I don't want to take up too much time on all the classes that we have here. As mentioned, we also have another Warlock class, and this is the Great Fool. Somewhat in a similar vein to the last class I was talked about, this mod here by E. Groovy. This comes from the Crooked Moon campaign by Avantris Entertainment here. This subclass is actually eerily similar to the last one. It even has the Killing Joke in this as well. It's kind of like a jester of sorts for the Warlock here, and you get different things like the Flower Spurt, which lets you perform a strange liquid, spray it at creature's eye and blind them. The Clown Shoes, Honk Honk, Jolly Arms. You can mislead targets, send in the clowns. Yeah, this one is really funny. So if you're looking for a new class that is somewhat focused on being a little bit more goofy, the Great Fool Patron is for you. This mod I think is awesome here. The Spell Adjustments level 3 by Ophidian Shadow. What's nice about this is the Ranger has been disrespected quite a bit. It does not have great spells, and this will actually bring up things like Conjure Barrage. So it used to do a 2d8 of damage, which is not a whole lot. Now it does a 4d8. As a max level Ranger spell, I figure the damage could attempt to compete with some of the higher level area of effect spells. Yeah, like why would you want to play a Ranger when you can just blast away with Fireball and some of the other more powerful spells? This brings it up to actually a respectable number that is not overpowered. It's balanced. There's also things like Elemental Weapon here, level 3, only applies upcast effects, so a +2 and a 2d4 elemental choice, and it can only be applied to you, so you can buff up your weapon even further. Fly doesn't require concentration. Lightning Arrow uses a weapon attack roll, so it works with extra attack, and the AoE effect requires a Constitution save. I like this. I actually used another mod in the past that changed Lightning Arrow into a weapon attack and also Barrage, and I thought it was a really nice change because the Ranger, just compared to a Paladin, which can expend spell slots to smite and do crazy damage, this needs some buff, especially since their level 3 spells are just kind of lackluster. Cool mod by Ophidian Shadow. Next up is the Categorized Container. There's a lot of different mods like this, but this one here by X Charlotte is made with Trials of Tav in mind. It has little icons here you can quickly distinguish what is where quickly. Because again, Trials of Tav has a lot of loot, and if you're playing that, this is just a nice quality of life mod that makes it a lot easier so you don't have to sort through everything. You can see all the different categories right here, 57 different bags to make it a lot more simple, streamlined, and straightforward. Next up, we got Mood for Love Dance by La Vacariana. So if you're using more photobomb mods, you will have to use QSAT until the compatibility patch is updated. These shots are amazing. It's based on the Lunar New Year here. So yeah, absolutely breathtaking shots. Just want to quickly go through their work here because I think that these are honestly amazing. So if you want to recreate some shots similar to this for the Lunar New Year, do these really cool poses with your favorite characters, now you can with the Mood for Love by La Vacariana. Next up is the Ezuneo's Draconic Tails. And this is cool because you got some different choices for tails here. So you got like different scaly ones with fins and different things like that. So yeah, you can get real creative with the characters that you want to create with this. So there's a tail that's got fur on it, scaly skin with feathers. Get creative. You got lots of different options here. You can put this on any type of character, so you can get, you know, you can do whatever you want with it. And also, if you change the colors of the horns here, you can make changes to the tail itself. So yeah, I encourage you to go wild with the customization because you can make some pretty crazy looking stuff here. It is awesome to see. So yeah, some tails. And again, there's the wings there from Barry Semifredo's mod, but that is the Ezuneo's Draconic tails. Another follow-up too, we got Ezuneo's Draconic neck scales. So this adds, whenever you're a Draconic sorcerer, you get the scales in your face, but put them on the neck. Makes a lot of sense. So yeah, now you can with this mod here. And this mod also overrides the vanilla face scale atlas, so any other mods that interact with that will have compatibility. I also want to quickly mention the Ezuneo's Horns and Feathers mod, which adds in some really cool stuff. If you wanted to make like a Genasi race mod, you can with this mod as well. Yeah, they have a lot of really great stuff. So next up, we got the Barcus Wroot dynamic appearances by What's on the Flip. 8 outfits for our boy here. Look at this, swagged out. We got one for the Windmill, one for the Grim Forge, one for Camp, one for Last Light, one in Celebration, one in Rivington, one in the Lower City, and one in the High Hall. Give our boy some nice outfits. Working hard, got him in an outfit like that. So yeah, I think this is nice. He is a cool character and deserves to have some cool outfits. So that's Barcus Wroot dynamic appearances by What's on the Flip. Now, these ones, Lae'zel Astra Beauty head replacer by Voltes 8, and also the Karlach ones. So I want to quickly mention, I personally like the characters the way that they are, but I know some people like to have these different, like Baldur's Gate 3 multiverse, see the characters differently, or just some people don't like the way they look. That's fine. This now allows you to change it to this appearance here, which, yeah, I think the normal Lae'zel is a little prettier, but that's just me. It's, again, it is out there for the people that want to change the character's appearances. Same here with Karlach. I like the way that she looks naturally, but there's others out there that want to have a different appearance. And again, if you played through this game like 100 times, it's nice to see things a little bit differently. Just had to preface that I do like the characters, because anytime I talk about these, people are like, why don't you like the base game characters? Just want to highlight, I do like the base game characters. I just like to highlight mods that people may be interested in downloading. And finally, we got, and before we get to Nexus mods, we get the Gur's new looks here by Chloe1. This adds in, there's actually a few here. This is a multi-pack. So you can see here, the Gur have new appearances. I think these mods are nice. Again, it's to the Baldur's Gate 3 multiverse is kind of what I considered here. And they released a few of them. I talked about some of their ones last week. Like there's a Jaheira's new look. So this ends up changing Jaheira's appearance. Gives her some Halsin-esque makeup, like she's a druid. There is Floric's new look here, which changes how she appears. There's also Will's new look too, which gives him a beard, which this one I actually do think it looks natural to Will. And things like Kithrak Voss new look revamp. So yeah, a lot of really interesting things here again for the, if you want to just change the way the game looks. He's reminding me of someone from Avatar Last Airbender. Anyways, on to Freckled and Beautiful Skin Customization here by Astralites. This is a Nexus mod. Actually, I mispronounced. It's Astralites. So this adds a few different options. So if you want to have a sleepy dark circle under your eyes like myself, you can put these on your character now. There's a few different options. There's blush details, so you can add even more to your characters. This is for those that want to really have full control over the character and give you even more options. You can have eye moles, lip moles, or both. There's even mouth corner shading, very subtle, that makes it look like you're smiling. So yeah, I think this is really nice. Very small amount, but it's noticeable. They also released this week the Astra's Load Order Divider. So if you're someone that plays and uses Baldur's Gate 3 External Mod Manager, this will help break it down and make it a little bit easier. And they have a lot of other customization mods, so I recommend going through and checking them all out. I've talked about some of them in the past. Lots of great stuff there. And finally, we got by Megan Meep, the Gale's Borrowed shirt. I think this is really nice. It's an oversized shirt for if you want to do a Gale romance. I think it's nice. This is the Baldur's Gate 3 equivalent of stealing your boyfriend's hoodie. So yeah, lots of great stuff this week. So many mods released, and I am excited to be doing a video on the Dinner with Strahd, a Curse of Strahd story mod. Oh, so incredible to see what's coming in the modding community. But let me know your favorites in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you enjoyed, and we'll catch you all in the next video.